transferring cargo can go out and work on the shelf.
Yeah, we're going to go into this a little more in the second panel, I'm sure. But I want to just ask the question about letter of non-availability. That's issued by the Coast Guard?
Yes,
Is
sir.
there a time frame in which that letter of non-availability is applicable? Or is it just available and then goes on for an unlimited period of time?
Unless the circumstances change, it is issued to the vessel based on the ownership of the vessel and the flag of the vessel. If those conditions don't change, the letter remains in effect.
Okay, so you issue a letter of non-availability authorizing a foreign flagged vessel to operate on the outer continental shelf, correct?
Yes, sir. It allows them to use foreign workers.
And now we have a situation where some 50% of the American vessels that would provide services in the outer continental shelf are laid up. Is there a non-availability today?
Is your question, are there vessels that are applying for non-availability, letters of non-availability today?
Wouldn't it be appropriate that since half of the American vessels are laid up, that there is no question of availability, and therefore the letters of non-availability should terminate?
So we're applying OXLA and the domestic law and statutes as they're presented to us, trying to enhance a level and fair playing field. But there are some tensions between, again, the citizenship and trying to make sure we recognize that in OXLA, and then trying to keep our fleet competitive. There is some tension there. I'd be happy to come back and get a more detailed brief for you, though, sir.
I would appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, just closing here, I think you heard from quite a few members. We've seen the crew list of some of these ships where you have Moldovans, Chechens, Kazakhs, got all kinds of people on these ships, and you don't know who they are. You don't know who they are, which means Homeland Security doesn't know who they are, which means the U.S. government and the American people don't know who they are either. There could be great guys, there could be bad guys. You don't know because you issue that letter to the ship and say, you got to comply now. And if they're a bad actor, they're not going to comply, but they don't have to worry about it because you don't check their crews. And if you have Americans able to do it right now, and you're having Moldovans and Kazakhs and Chechens out there, you don't know who's out there on a Norwegian ship. You got a Norwegian captain, a Norwegian mate, first mate or whatever chief, then you could have whoever. And we would like to know who is manning those ships. And at the same time, we're curious as to why you're allowing them at all when you have U.S.